Sandra Michaan, and I'm at the Alameda Point Antiques Faire, and I'm talking with dealer Katherine Manzini with Trappings of Time. Hi, Katherine.
Hi.
And Katherine is a wonderful dealer who sells at the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair. She's out here selling at the Point today, but she didn't bring any of her clothing or textiles. And tell us why that is the case.
Well, I have things that are from the Qing Dynasty, which ended in 1911, and some of them are robes and shawls. And it was raining this morning, and they are too fragile to expose them to the elements in that way.
That's right.
Too much moisture in the air. I do have this beautiful piece, though, to show you that was made in 1920 by children. This is amazing embroidery detail. So
that's gorgeous.
They start at $20.
Well, that's a bargain. What a great deal. And look at that workmanship. That's fabulous.
They specialize in ivory, jade, coral, and kingfisher, all natural materials that are hard to get. They're hard to find, hard to get. Most of this is from the 20s or the turn of the century. This is a fabulous 1920s tourmaline bracelet on silver, but look at the detail with the filigree.
And coral was very popular in the Victorian period.
Of course, coral is extinct now.
That's right.
No coral is coming out of the Mediterranean. This piece is a snake charmer, and it's just very detailed, and this was done during the early 20s. It's just a fantastic deco piece.
That is
of a lady with a snake.
That is
sexy, don't you think?
Yes, that is sexy.
1860s earrings from a Mandarin court necklace.
Wow. Those are elegant.
1860s to 1880s. Carved with dragons. Victorian Italian.
Oh,
with a gold gilt.
That is stunning. Could you tell us some of the pieces that you'll be bringing for the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair, because we're really excited about your clothing?
Some dragon robes and some embroidered piano shawls that were made in China in the 20s, but they're made for the Spanish flamenco dancers.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Embroidered pieces.
Well, thank you, Katherine, for letting us know what you're going to be bringing, and we look forward to seeing you at the show.
Okay, I'll be there with bells on.
And Katherine, will this be available at the... Wow, and this has a whole entire pheasant body. Look at this exciting piece. This will be on sheared beaver, and it will be available at the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair. That's exciting. I'm at the Alameda Point Antiques Fair with one of our dealers from the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair, Maria Crooms, and I wanted to talk to her about some of the things she specializes in. She specializes in vintage jewelry from every era. Is that correct?
Yeah, every era. I like mostly Victorian, Art Deco, high-end costume jewelry, and silver, Mexican silver, American Indian. Yes. The 70s and 80s, I think, right now, in the necklaces with the chain look, you know, the Chanel look.
Now, I understand you went on a shopping excursion this summer. You went to Paris.
Yes.
And you're going to be bringing some goodies from that trip.
Yes.
What did you get when you were in Paris?
Oh, I got some beautiful jewelry. I got Victorian hats and stuff, older stuff like Victorian, Art Deco.
And some lace dresses?
Yes, stuff like that, older stuff. More vintage, hard to find stuff.
Great, so we have something really exciting to look forward to.
And we got the copper, is pretty popular from the 40s and 50s. And then Victorian jewelry, Art Deco. This is Art Deco. That's Art Deco.
Well, Maria is one of our popular dealers at the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair, and she's been selling with me since 2004. So Yeah, and you've been selling at this show for 13 years because this is our 13th birthday.
And I'm looking forward to the vintage show, and I'm excited. I always get excited, before a show.
Yes.
Because I like displaying and I like getting my stuff ready,
Yes. And it's right before Halloween.
It'll be fun.
Everybody dresses up and it's really exciting.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. It's exciting, and we just, it's so much fun because you get to see a lot of beautiful stuff that you'll never see again. And, back then everything was such quality. The clothes was quality, the jewelry. You can't find stuff like that now,
That's right. So, and it's a good investment to buy vintage. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is, because a lot of this stuff it goes higher than gold, some of it,
Right.
Yeah, certain designers, like, in the Hollywood time, era, a lot of the movie stores, they wore all this jewelry.
And of course, movie stars are still wearing vintage today.
And they love it. They love getting like their clothes, from the designers, and they do like a vintage kind of copy the vintage styles. You notice?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because that was a glamorous time.
That's right.
They have beautiful clothes, beautiful jewelry, and furs and all that. And the women really dressed up,
And speaking of furs, we have someone here with us who is also selling at the Vintage Fashion Fair who is into furs. Let's go talk to her. I'm here at the Alameda Point Antiques Faire with, tell us your name.
Patricia Estolas.
And the name of your company?
Vintage Girly.
Great. Patricia is going to be selling with us at the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair, and she specializes in furs. So look at this fabulous hat. Can you tell us a little bit about your hat, Patricia?
Yes, this is actually from the 60s. It's a coyote fur made in Spain. And I needed it today at Alameda Point when it was foggy and rainy, so I'm keeping warm. Now the sun's out. But I do specialize in fur, accessories, Chanel, Versace glasses, vintage gloves, vintage purses, pretty much any of the designers. We also have Vera scarves here. We have purses from the 40s. We have Gucci sunglasses. I sold many Chanel glasses today. We also have jewelry, and there's a hat over there from the 50s that a lot of women were fighting over this morning. And this is just, we're really excited for the vintage show. I did it a couple times and I can't wait. I'll have some high-end furs, fox fur, mink coats, and jewelry, and we're very excited.
Now, Patricia, what are some trends, since you're into high-end vintage, what are some trends that you notice that are hot today in collecting?
Well, to be honest, I guess this is a little embarrassing. I'll be saying my age. I'm wearing the 80s, not today, but I'll be wearing the 80s for the second time. The 70s and right now the 80s are in. So a lot of bright colors. I remember I used to wear platforms that were pink, hot orange, purple, red, and right now that's what's going on. So 70s and 80s are very hot.
I'm so excited to see what your booth is going to be like this time. And you do know it is a Halloween preview party we have on October 21st. Do you plan on dressing up for us, Patricia?
Oh, yes, I am. Actually, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. And I'm looking forward to being in the contest, too.
Oh, very good, because you were in the Mad Men costume contest that we had at the last fall Vintage Fashion Fair.
I was, and I had a great time.
So that's going to be great. So we look forward to seeing you at the Fall Vintage Fashion Fair.
I'm looking forward to. I am. We'll see you there.
We're here in Greg Favor's booth in A11. Is that correct?
Yeah, A11 is correct.
And you're here every month. Is that correct?
Seems like it. No, it is. It's true. I'm here.
Great. Can you tell us about these wonderful chairs that we're sitting in right now?
These are actually, I'm calling them Peruvian modern, and they were done by a guy. I found him online. There's some that they make now, and these are an earlier version of the chair. and they're handcrafted, and they're made out of solid teak, and the leather's got a Mayan motif on it. Hand tooled.
They're very nice. They're very comfortable. And could you also tell me about this beautiful table?
The table is the designer's Vladimir Kagan, and he's an important 50s designer. I'd say he's like in the top 10 American designers, and the wood is really graceful, and it's a really beautiful table. I'm happy to have it.
That's great, but of course it is for sale.
That's right. And when I'm happy to have things, they sell better too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I got a table myself from you. So now we've got some nice little pieces here and a nice tribal theme going.
Yes.
So as you can see, I'm dressed.
Yeah, you're dressed in tribal attire yourself. You fit right in here.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I am promoting the Point magazine and my article, Tribal Tendencies. Everybody should pick up a copy of the Point magazine, and the Point magazine has all kinds of useful information, a dealer directory, and maps and all kinds of things. So, and also you can go to the website and my blog and www.alamedapointantiquesfair.com/blog and read more about my tips and trends. So, and more about the Vintage Fashion Fair, of course. And Greg Favors was the fabulous designer who set up our whole Mad Men Lounge at the Fall Vintage Fashion Fair last year. Mm-hmm. And wasn't that a big hit? That was fun.
Yeah, no, people seemed to really enjoy it. It was great. They came in, hung out, and it was great. And there was beautiful clothing and a really nice fashion show, too.
Thank you. We had a lot of great dealers and lots of fun with the Mad Men Lounge that you set up. It was a dude couch. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys waited for their girlfriends, and as they came out of the dressing room, you set up right by the dressing room.
Yep. Yeah, it worked out. It was good. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. So thank you for doing that. That was a lot of fun. And this year we're having it at the O Club on October 21st and 22nd. So we hope to see you all there. Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you for letting us hang out in your lovely booth. See you at the Alameda Point Vintage Fashion Fair in October on October 21st and 22nd.